Hello everyone, Lady Steam here. In this video we're going to show you how to assemble your geared pin box. We'll start with what the pieces are and how to decorate it, and then we'll walk through the assembly. So I'm going to start, as always, with opening my box and pulling out the pieces. And there are a couple of pieces in here that are a little fragile as you work with them, so just pay attention to that. You've got a set of hardware in here. It's just 4 screws and 4 nuts, so I'm going to set that aside for now. You're going to have a bag with 4 gears in it. You're going to decorate all of those. Make sure you sand all of the parts of this project really well. The lid and the gears all slide together, and they'll slide smoothly if everything is sanded. And then your box itself has a bottom with the SteamyTech logo. And with all of this, you're going to want to decorate everything inside and out because you'll obviously see it all. 2 walls to see. And again, sand them, decorate, have fun. You can see through from the inside, so you want to make sure you get the inside decorated too. 2 end pieces. That one's got a big enough hole to put your thumb in it to slide the wood out. And then you've got these 2 U's. These are the ones I was mentioning are a little fragile. So you do want to sand them. This one with the gear teeth is going to go on top. So at the very least, sand the bottom of this one because that's where the lid is going to slide. And this one, presumably you'll put the pretty side up. And again, make sure you sand that piece, but do it carefully so you don't break them. If you break it accidentally, please reach out to us, call us, and we'll be happy to get you a replacement piece shipped. But be gentle. And finally, the lid. This is where the gears will go, and this is going to slide in and out for you. So you've got quite a lot of wood to decorate here. It'll be really cool. Lots of fun to decorate. I have no idea what you're going to do with all of this lovely wood space to color. But we've got some fun patterns in these gears. And you'll have lots of room to make really cool things. Now that you've decorated all the parts and pieces, we're actually ready to put our cool book holder together, our cool pin holder together. So the first thing I want to figure out as I assemble it, this glues together by the way, is which side's going to go where and where my U's are going to go that we need to put into this. So this one with the little loop and the flat edge is going to be, if I'm right-handed, the right-hand side. And if I'm left-handed, I'm probably going to want to make it be the left-hand side. But in either case, what I want to know is which of these edges wants to go inside. Now notice you've got inside decorated parts and outside decorated parts. So I want to have the inside be the a little less pretty side. If you did it the other way, you should be able to turn it around. You'll have to turn all the pieces around. So this has a pokey out right there. That's the technical term, pokey out. And this edge has an inside piece here. So this is going to go like this. And this edge, this end is going to go right here against it like so. So when we put our U's onto this, then what we're going to do is we're going to put a U in, and this one without the gear teeth, so the one that's going to go in first is going to go like that. And then the one with the gear teeth is going to go next to it. Now I've designed it to be sort of right-handed, although it doesn't really matter, and if you flip it over, you'll be fine. And with the gear teeth on the bottom if you're right-handed. So I've designed it to go this direction, which is fine. If you want to flip it the other direction, you do have a couple of choices. If I flip it around this way, I can then flip this U over and put the ugly side, or the slightly burnier side, going this direction. So if you want the gear teeth to be on the bottom and you're going to build it left-handed, you can go ahead and flip this piece over. But I want it to go the other way, so I'm going to flip this back to this direction for a minute. Now the most challenging part with this is actually the assembly. So I'm going to take, and I know that goes there, and this goes here, And this goes here, and we want to make sure we've got room to get our U'd pieces in as we build it. So I'm going to start with the back and go ahead and put a line of glue on the back. And hold this up like this. Professor, would you go get me the Instaset?
Yep.
Now, I need to tell you about a really cool chemical process here. And there is a product available called Instaset. You certainly don't need it. You can also use baking soda, which I'm guessing is in every mom's closet, kitchen cabinet. Or you can just sit here and hold it like this. But you can use baking soda or Instaset, or just wait ever so patiently. But it's easiest if you get that first layer glued in with something to help you hold it still. That makes the rest of this assembly just a little bit easier. Because now we've got to do like 3 things at once, which is always tough. So I'm going to flip this over and I'm going to put some more glue on the places I want to use to glue it together. If you've got an extra pair of hands, you can use your extra pair of hands for help. Mom, dad, husband, wife, kids. The family pet is probably not a good option to be your extra pair of hands here. They probably will just lick in the wrong place and just get in your way.
Unless you have a pet monkey.
Unless you have a pet monkey. Maybe the pet monkey would be useful. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this in the bottom. As long as the box goes together nicely, you don't even have to glue these in. Although I'm going to put a couple of dots of glue here to get a couple of spots holding. Make sure it holds in the middle so it doesn't decide to bend its way out. Glue that guy there. Professor, would you mind being my extra hands? If I squeeze right there in the middle for me.
Phantom hands.
One layer, 2 layer, come on, you can do it. Bottom layer go in.
How many people does it take to build the project?
No bending the pieces. Now you can also cheat and do this now. Hang on, let me set it up on end. We'll cheat and set it up on end. Thank
It's
you.
not cheating.
Using gravity is
Like
your
gravity.
friend.
Although it does suck sometimes, or it usually sucks.
It usually sucks. We're glad that gravity sucks. And now we're going to do the same thing here. I'm going to go back and put a little more glue here.
It's not just helpful, it's the law.
And I put a couple of drops of glue in the middle here. And get me my vertical sets of glue here. And now we'll do that same thing. I'm going to go down there and here, and gravity is so nice. That worked. Outside went together really easy. And again, if you want to use your baking soda or your Instaset, make sure that your box gets glued together at the bottom nicely. And if you end up with a little corner that didn't glue in nicely and you have your baking soda and your super glue, you can build a bead of super glue along the edges like so, and then put baking soda on that. Now it will be white and not clear. The nice thing about the Instaset is it dries clear, but then you end up with a really cool box. This side didn't get glued on very tightly, so I'm going to go ahead and put another drop of glue right here in these on the end to make sure that the ends stay glued together nicely. Now the one place I don't want extra glue is in this channel. So if I'm adding glue to the channel, then I want to make sure I wipe it out before I spray so I don't get... Now I'm going to do the same thing to this side. This piece of wood has a little bit of bow in it. So I want to make sure I get these glued down nicely as well. Now, to finish building the box, all I need to do is glue this end on. Like so. So I can do the same thing here. And I can put a little bit of glue, and I'm going to do it on all the layers here, all the walls here, dink, 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 just to get myself a nice even coating of glue. Put it in, flip it up, and hold the whole thing together. Give that a second to dry. And now before I put my lid together, I'm just going to make sure that it slides in and out nice and smoothly. And it does. I've got a nice smooth lid sliding in and out of my box after it dries. Okay, it wasn't dry yet, Professor. Not dry.
Maybe the Instaset would help.
Or patience, one of the two.
Instaset.
Better living through chemicals?
Chemistry. Science.
If I'm going to spray Instaset, I'm going to spray it on the inside. Dunk. And you do want to make sure you get this glued together well. So I'm going to set it up on that end and leave it there on that end to dry for a moment while I put my gears on my piece. So we're going to use the big one first, then one of the small ones, then the medium one, and then the other small one. So I'm going to open my my bag of hardware, and pull out my 4 screws and 4 nuts and do the exact same thing we did before. Drop of glue. And the thing that's going to make this go spin, spin, spin is that rack over there. So that's going to be our driver. So we do want to make sure it stays nice and smooth as we do this. I've been wanting to do a set of rack gears for 3 or 4 years now, so this seemed like the perfect excuse to do rack gears. The very perfect excuse.
We keep finding new things to do, so...
Wonder what gear type will be new next. Big, small, medium.
Of course, if you guys have ideas for us that you would love to see us try to do in the box, we always accept emails. We love suggestions.
We love pictures of what you've done too. And if you haven't read the paperwork, you may not know that you get a discount on your next box if you refer somebody and they subscribe too. Oh, we've got a new subscriber. We're going to have to do that too.
It's true.
Oh.
Don't forget your coupon that's in the box. Also, every time you get a box, you get a new coupon code that gives you 15% off the websites.
Okay, there we go. I've got a lid now. I should be able to slide this in and have my gears go slidey, slidey, slidey in my box.
It's not.
The bows in my box are not perfect, but there you go. Now you've got your opening and closing box. Yay!